my Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch. Dog in a hot car with the windows rolled up. Yay! It was an old dog too, looking at me with those old dog eyes. Oh my god, it was bad enough you mention it's a dog, but it's frail too? Maybe the purge is a good idea. I tried unlocking all the doors, but they were locked. I wanted to break a window, but didn't think I could. I went into the grocery store there and started yelling, "Anyone own a gray Toyota?" It was at that point a little boy approached me with a plush Yoda doll, so I slapped him. No, I went to the manager's desk and asked if he could make an announcement. Just then, an old guy at the counter looked up, looked at me, and turned to leave. I followed him, and sure enough, it was his car. I just stood there. There was 100 things I wanted to yell at him, but I just watched him lower the windows and drive away. I'm still shaking. When I saw the dog in the car, I expected the windows would be cracked a little, but no, all rolled up. A dark gray car too. Like, I feel for that dog. Hope it doesn't happen again. Like, what do you do in a situation like that? It was 90-something degrees out. My car said 105 inside. I feel bad for the old guy too. I mean, he may have forgotten the dog was in the car. It honestly looked like he might live in the car with the dog. Jeez, I'm starting to shake again. Glad I've found the owner and I hope the dog is okay, but I feel sick over it. Thanks for listening. I don't know about you, but now whenever I see the term "I was shaking" or "I'm shaking," it comes across as lol. It's certainly a phrase or a statement, but I don't honestly believe they actually are laughing out loud. Still, it is nice this person actually considers that maybe this person's age and living situation did make them a bit forgetful about the safety of their pet. In before someone who owns a pet in the comments,
how could you forget about the safety of your pet? You don't have to die yet.
My parents no longer want our family dog. Okay, if pets are the theme for today's video, I'm not gonna have a good time. To this day, I'm afraid to own a bird, even though I love birds because of just how irresponsible I was as a 5-year-old. Anyway, let's read a fun story that makes us want to punch walls. I'm 22 female, and my parents are getting rid of our 7-year-old German/Australian Shepherd mix. We've had her since 2017. How dare you bring to light that is technically 6 years ago. How dare you? They don't like her smell, they rarely give her a bath, her shedding, or the sound of her licking herself. Basically, they aren't dog people at all. Now, I absolutely love my dog and feel deeply connected with her. She sleeps with me every night I'm home. I'm in a completely different state for temporary work until November. When I move back, I have plans to stay with my parents, so I can't take my dog then. My mom says she'll only give her to someone she knows and never the shelter, but I don't know. I'm extremely heartbroken. I'm hoping that I can get her back when I have my own place, but I'm at a loss right now. I love her like a human being.
Oh, is your dog responsible for a lot of planetary devastation, is it?
I believe that once you adopt an animal, you are responsible till they pass away. Obviously, there are certain cases where animals need rehousing, but not after 6 years. I actually really do like that sort of moral responsibility. Props to you for having that. It's a shame when some people treat their pets like an accessory item more than an actual living creature they should tend to. Just like footballs. What's the word? Babies. Sorry, wrong word. Got this frantic text early in the morning. Dad has my back. I'm 20, by the way, and she kicked me out of her house already.
Opie, your mom is going through all of your financial and banking activity, including Venmo. And like I told you before, she's asking a lot of questions. Like I've asked you since you arrived, call USAA today. Not tomorrow, today.
I just love how this father's style of support is,
listen here, you little shit. I love you and I care about you. Now get off your ass.
Change your password and access. Open up a new bank account with only you having access to it. Go here and change your direct deposit to your new account.
And this, boys and girls, is why whenever you owe your friend money, you make sure you transfer the money with the description being something really obscene, confusing, disturbing as well. That way your parents are either too horrified by your life choices to bring it up as an issue, or they're too uncomfortable to read it. Home attendants take over dead 103-year-old woman's New York City pad. Threaten to flush her ashes? What? So I'm assuming these 3 younger people in the photos are basically, they've taken over someone else's property. Because what? How dare this woman pay you all to do your jobs? What a sad thing to realize that many people who possibly get into the work of nurse care and such aren't actually in it because they, care about people, but because they like the power. Remember to call your grandparents kids. Let them feel connected to you. After finding out everything is failing on my PC, I found this too. I will never find this little emoji character on this screen to be anything less than bullying. How dare you give me that face? No, stop it. Stop mocking me
in how I should emotionally feel about you.
Oh, your device ran into a problem and needs to restart. We're just collecting some error info, then we'll restart it for you.
No, you won't.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, to be fair, in all of our defense, we shouldn't feel too sorry for this person. If you notice the top of their keyboard there at the bottom of the image, I feel like this is a dinosaur computer. If that's the keyboard you still have, I don't doubt the computer you still have is equally as prehistoric. Think I'm wrong? Let me know in your comments down below, but keeping up the theme of extremely infuriating, I won't read them. Now, there's another image that's this. I'm not sure what part of the computer this is, so I'm just gonna call up my good friend Lexi to give us the rundown on what's going on here. Hey, Lexi. Yeah, you're a tech person. What's this? Oh, right, okay. And so that connects to that. Okay. Yeah, thank you, bye. Right, so according to her, it's off, you idiot. I'm sick of explaining this shit to you. Why is it that I can't get a moment of peace on my headset without my mum angrily interrupting me? Every time I put on my headset to listen to music, play games, chat with my friends, learn something, etc., whenever my mum has to call out for me, she literally begins to yell at me whenever I have a headset on. And at that point, my moment of peace gets completely destroyed and it turns into chaos. It happens all the time and it's annoying me. I'm a 15-year-old male and honestly, I can't even enjoy privacy without my mum ruining it. My dad understands that I need peace and he is a great, calming father, but he does nothing about it. Yeah, it sounds like your dad's just learned to live with it, which is not at all a healthy thing to do. But that said, he clearly has a lot of experience with your mother, so it seems like this is probably the best course of action to tolerate her. So you have fun with that realization Mummy's never going to change, and take solace in knowing that you're gonna not feel bad at all sending her to a retirement home. That said, as someone who once existed as a young teen male, I do kind of agree with this comment, as harsh as it sounds. Just talk with your mom about it instead of complaining on the internet and not doing anything about it. Which brings us to the alternate consideration of the perspectives. Maybe your dad's not doing anything because he actually knows your mom's more in the right here because you constantly require being yelled at to get your attention because you're always escaping with your headphones, which, okay, you're allowed to do, but when you're doing it all the time instead of doing your chores, it's understandable why your mom resorts to yelling to get your attention to do things. Again, if you think I'm wrong though, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But keeping up with the theme of this subreddit, I want everyone to respond to these kind of comments, doubling down on devil's advocate, even if you are clearly in the wrong. Had to pay to use a public restroom in St. James Park in London. It's like this to keep homeless people out. I would be tolerant of this if you got refunded the money after use. Like, the whole point of a public restroom is something that you as the public get access to because you pay your taxes. Like, nah, I don't think my public services should be considered a premium product. It's like you're punishing citizens for not peeing in the park.
Please don't go to Petco.
Otherwise, you'll turn into lizards! No, wait, no, hang on. Observe the circles. Saw these malnourished, mistreated beardies with what looks like fungus growing on their bodies? Oh, God. Extremely disturbing that Petco would treat these animals like this. I've emailed their ethics department, but I'm just honestly so disgusted that they would even sell these poor animals at this point. Yeah, wow, okay, I, out of curiosity, Googled more into this, and just looking at images alone of bearded dragons, let's just put it up side by side if we could, please, editor, please, love you. Mwah. So on this side, a standard bearded dragon, what it should look like, and on the other side, these ones that look like skeletons. I honestly would not be surprised if that middle one is dead. I know that's kind of dark, but wow, Petco, what is going on, bro? Piles of trash right outside my building. So many people not knowing how to lift a lid. Come on, people! Just use your arms! You have two of them! This isn't dumbbells at the gym! My roommate's partner pees on the toilet seat? Oh, no. I hope it's not, but I know it's going to be a man. I live in a student accommodation apartment with 5 girl roommates. Obviously, as uni students, we get a lot of visitors. It's whatever. Until he leaves pee all over the toilet seat. And I've assumed they have a woohoo. Now, 1, I've brought it up to the roommate that it's extremely disgusting and unhygienic, especially for us girls that still need to sit down on the toilet. 2, I've even provided alcohol wipes with my own money and put them right next to the toilet for people to wipe down the seat. 3, I've put up sticky notes in the bathroom to remind people to wipe. Oh, when it's gotten to that point, honestly, it's a lost cause. Like at that point, you literally just need to shame them in front of everyone. I know that's a harsh thing to do, but in this circumstance, you are beyond the age of 10. I learned that Schmidt when I was 8. Like, come on, boys. Now, I don't have a woohoo, yeah, woo, 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 woo. But surely it's not that hard to miss. And even if you do, surely you see that you left a few drops, so you wipe it away? Another note, my other roommate and I know that it's him, because our rooms are in close proximity, and we can make out who comes in and out of their rooms. And every time there's been patinky-tink, it's always from their room. The patonkily-donkily is also near the lid, so there's no way, unless your vachignanye is doing flips, that if you're sitting, you're getting it on the seat where your thighs are touching. Is pen licenses still a thing at schools? Because I think we need a new one. We need standing when you pee licenses. That said, any teacher who doesn't immediately resign upon being given responsibility over said licenses, I think we should call the police on. Immature teen, dropped my phone after I denied his permission to play a stupid game on it. A day later, dead pixel cluster appears. Now, I'm not saying you should keep that person close in your social circle for months on end till they definitely forget about this interaction, only for you to then ask for their phone to play some games on it and purposely smash it or throw it over a bridge. Don't do that. Would be extremely effective at teaching them a lesson. The city of Russell in purchased a Corvette for their local school's police officer. Does this city have only one school for a single police officer to be in? This is... Wow. Dude must have had some hard evidence of their misdoings to get this sort of payout. Reusing plastic containers is apparently poverty mindset. Dear Africans, this is called disposable. When you're done using it, you throw it in the bin. Keeping this at home means you have a poverty mindset. Oh, look, the trash is jealous that what they consider trash is actually considered reusable to some. I guess they're not used to that sort of experience, so they're lashing out. There, buddy. You'll get a second Tinder date one day. Was told to post this here. Was going on a family cruise trip. Flight got delayed from 4:30 to 6:50. Flight got delayed from 6:50 to 9. Flight got delayed from 9 to 11:30. Then flight got cancelled. Now we missed the cruise and waited at the airport for 7 hours for nothing. Ooh, this wins. This gets the trophy. Let's give them a trophy for this one. Well done. Congratulations. You have officially won a card that entitles you to 1 free hour of thrashing at everything around you with no consequence. Just please don't use this at a daycare. It scares the children. New York is giving the Buffalo Bills $850 million in taxpayer funds for a new stadium, the biggest pro sports subsidy of all time. Note, 3 days ago, New York announced a $800 million cut to children and family services. Hey, you wanna know a fun little fact? It's really cool. The Bills owner is worth $5.8 billion.
$1 billion considers their assets. It's not just like the money they have in their bank account.
Gee, if only there was a way one could sell assets as a way of using that money to then build something better for a larger investment. Today, I found out my 7-year-old daughter really did lie about my husband's other girlfriend as revenge for being grounded, and that he never cheated on me at all. We're well into our divorce proceedings, and he won't forgive me for not believing him when he denied it. Frick my life. I try not to be one who believes in punishing a child for all of eternity for ruining your life, as they are growing people and, they make mistakes, but sometimes you just come across an exception. Girlfriend and I found this on our lawn. If you have any more yard sales, you will get more bricks. Well, time to hand this over to the police and easily figure out who of the neighbors it's gonna be. Considering they had the stupidity to put in handwriting, I mean, it's not gonna be that hard to find out who.
Oh, well, that was nice of them to offer free bricks to sell at future yard sales.
Oh, there it is. There's the truth of it all. They're just being aggressively friendly. Hello, neighbor. Allow me to gift you this furnishing for all your yard sales. Give it a nice aesthetic look as they come and pry at your wares. My brother damaged my $200 controller. Well, wait, hang on. Controllers cost $200 now? What does this... What does it do? Does it feed you for yourself? Oh, wait. I just Googled it. I have that one. Okay, crisis averted. No, it turns out I got it on a sale. Okay. I will just say, anyone curious on getting this controller themselves, it's currently collecting dust into my drawer. Just get a $50 one. It's just as good. Anyway, my 9-year-old brother constantly uses my controller and sometimes without my permission. I tell him that if he damages it, then he can't use it anymore. And sure enough, he damages it. It's the L button on an Xbox controller, which I use often. I took it back and said that he has to use his own controller, or his mouse and keyboard. Then he cried and went to my parents saying that I hit him. I explained everything to my parents, and they said that I have to share. Of course they did, because they don't want to have to deal with teaching the child anything. Note, sharing the $200 controller, which I bought with my own money. I let him borrow it again, and now he acts like it's his, because he gets angry and infuriated when I want to use the controller, my controller. If you're wondering, I'm 15. I turned 16 in August of 2023, and I'm from Norway. Now, edit, I can't hide or lie that I sold it, because I use it frequently, and my parents track how much money I have. Now, I'd love to consider in a perfect world, you can make the argument of, well, okay, since my brother is your child, and your child is going to break my property as a, person who spent their own money on this sort of thing, then when it gets broken, you as the parents should have to pay for it. But of course, if your parents are ones to enforce you to share this $300 item to a child who clearly damages and doesn't respect it, we can most certainly believe these parents aren't at all willing to pay up for it. You're currently at that age in your life where parents and adults are rather hypocritical towards you. You're both too young to be respected and considered an equal adult, but also you're expected to by now learn to be an independent adult. When people leave hotel rooms like this. Oh, that hasn't even been eaten. It's been sliced. Why? Did they even eat any of it? It's just on the floor. What the I think this guest alone is going to ruin the hotel industry in terms of how lenient they are with their cleaners dealing with your schmidt. Oh, it's some interesting... That's, oats? Chocolate cocaine. And personally brought alkaline water with electrodes or electrolytes. That's... Okay, we've got an influencer. Well done. Look at that. Guy in my hometown doesn't care if he shoots someone on accident.
Female seen 2 males running woods behind her house, shot several rounds in air to scare them. Officer is asking gun to be secured. I'm the victim here.
Jeez, Glenn, fire in the ground, not in the air. Lucky they weren't charged. And how does Glenn take this call to be a lot more safer with such a dangerous weapon?
I'll do what I want, y'all do what y'all do.
Glenn, you're not very bright. People get killed from random bullets coming back down. Not to mention holes in roofs and cars. Don't be ignorant of basic things like gravity.
Eric, did I ask you anything?
And Olivia, it's called warning shots for a reason. Shaking my damn head. The mental capacity of people these days. Glenn has a great point to Eric there, though. He wasn't asking a question. He was just complaining onto the internet, into the ether, hoping everyone would side with him. Like the true, strong, alpha male patriot he is. He wants a little pat on the back and a lollipop saying, "You're a good boy. You know everyone's wrong. You're right." The contractor installing hood vent broke the glass, and when confronted, said that I broke it when I wasn't even home. Even showing video evidence of him moving it, propping it on the glass, still denying that he and his team broke it. No, that's just the aesthetics, mate. Yeah, the shattered glass look is all the rage these days. It's like rich people who wear torn jeans. It's fashion. It's hot to be poor. Nail glue in my... Alright, place your bets now. Where's it gonna be? So, long story short, I was putting on some fake nails and it came with nail glue. I was naked. I had just gotten out of the shower, and then I did my nails. Some glue dripped on just my pubic hairs. I was gonna cut that off, but I had forgotten. An hour later, I put my pants on and then everything started burning. I immediately went into the shower, stood there for 20 minutes, clipped some hair off, and used wipes to clean, but I am now sitting on the toilet because I can't really control when I pee, and I'm peeing like every 2 minutes, and it freaking burns like nothing I've ever felt before. So that's called chlamydia. The closest thing to it is feeling like it is a UTI. There you go. But still, extremely bad. Please, I need advice. I don't know how to make this go away. You know, I don't think this is extremely infuriating as it is just face palming. In order to stop Siri from collecting data from apps, you have to disable it individually for each and every one. Oh, no. This strenuous effort you have to go through is a detail, it's a feature. This complexity is one of the greatest features that Apple is notorious and famous for. Just, you know, the fact you can do so much with them, and they're so versatile, unlike those Windows and Android phones. Thanks to Apple, you too can enjoy Bloons Tower Defense 6 Plus, but maybe you want Siri to listen on you as you're playing Bloons Tower Defense 6, so, you know, they offer that for you. Oh, thanks, Apple. So good.
What the is this?
Anti-homeless public utilities. Because why provide private spaces where homeless people to comfortably sit and rest when you can just ban them and pretend they don't exist? Yeah, they really don't want anyone to sleep on it. Or sit. Whose butts can fit the mold to that? None do. Someone let their dog poop on the seat in a train and covered it with a bag. What the Oh my god. Looks like somebody is too used to implying that their dog is a fellow human and then realized they badly realized how wrong they were. I can't drive at the speed limit without being bullied. I am constantly being tailgated for driving at the speed limit. I get people honking or flipping me off because of it. All I'm doing is cruising along at the maximum speed the law allows. I'm being put in danger for doing the right thing. Look, I get people passing me on solid yellow lines and on the shoulder. I'm just tired of being made to feel like a bad guy when I'm the one doing what I'm supposed to. Oh, worse yet, when the predominant lane, I guess in Australia it's the left lane, when that one's just chock-a-block with people going 20 k's under the limit, yeah, okay, I'm gonna speed to the actual limit and go on the right lane and speed up past them. Oh, but oh no, someone in a van behind me wants to go like 20 k's over the limit and I'm ruining their day because they can't break the law. Fun fact, as someone who used to be late to work very consistently, I tested this myself. If you speed a consistent 10 k's over the limit, it will only cut off a maximum of 5 minutes. And that's after driving for over an hour on a clean motorway, like no bumper to bumper. So please, if you have a tendency to think you need to speed to get somewhere on time, just leave earlier. The amount of times you could catch up from being 30 minutes late is like winning the lotto. Posting stickers on other people's gravestones. Damn, religious nutcases at it again to attempt to make people convert to them, but really just making people frustrated by them even more. Oh gee, these people desecrated my partner's gravestone to advertise. Oh well, I'm so motivated to convert to them now. Specifically converting their bodies through a nearby window. My stomach has been burning for a month and a half and nothing relieves it. That is it. That is the post. Sorry, that's... I shouldn't laugh at that, but that's really funny delivery. And it's asking the obvious questions, but nonetheless, very important. Have you tried going to the doctor? Because this sounds like a doctor visit thing. If you're a woman, remember to bring your doctor visit bingo sheet so you can tick off whenever they blame things on you just having your period. This is absolutely stupid.
Account recovery. To help keep your account safe, Google wants to make sure it's really you trying to sign into your account. An email with a verification code was just sent to the literal account you're trying to recover. Go on. Enter the code. Do it. Do it, loser. You stupid.
This Kraken is giving my daughter's farm school a 1-star review and threatening to sue because his innocent little daughter brought a teenager to my sister's room while they were changing their clothes. Wow, this man even has legitimate devil horns. So real. And their name is definitely D's Nuts. Incredible.
1 star. Don't even think about taking your children to that place. My
8-year-old daughter was attacked by a girl named Red who was not illiterate. She gave her several strong hair pulls. After asking the tutors for explanations, they have left my daughter a liar when the poor thing did nothing. Alleged the scoundrels that my daughter had broken the rules by letting a child into the room, and that was a lie. That should be monitored by the incompetence of the camp. A shameful place, and I plan to take legal action as a lawyer that I am. Do not take your children there. They will spend the worst experience of their lives. I like that you can tell that either the daughter didn't mention or the father is avoiding to bring up the fact that this girl was bringing a teenager into a room where girls were getting changed. I guess it is harder to sue someone if you give all the facts. My dad lost his Candy Crush data and it wiped every level he had beaten. To start this complicated story, my dad had about 10,000 something levels beaten, and one day, my sister's phone starts getting a big lump on its back, like it started swelling.
Oh, congrats, it's pregnant.
My dad ended up getting her a new phone, coincidentally on her birthday, and he decided his was old too, so he got himself a new one too. As he was driving back home, he hoped he kept his data after realizing he got a new phone. Sure enough, he gets home and we watch in fear as he turns on the phone to a tutorial of the game and realized he lost 8 years of data. He showed no emotion about it and said it was fine, but nobody really talked to him about it that day. Tech's now paywalling me for two-factor authentication.
Lock in your number. Verification code messages can only be received securely with our lock-in number feature. Tap the button below to lock in this number and get instant access to verification codes, only available on mobile. This feature that's currently becoming the minimum standard for all services in order to secure your personal data, well, you're gonna have to pay for it.
When your landlord charges you for normal repairs and maintenance, including a tree hit by lightning and me calling code enforcement on him. Wow. I love that his logic here is like, oh, well, if you weren't renting this place, then the lightning wouldn't have struck that tree and I never would have had to clean it up. That's right, I think our tenancy agreement affects the weather. Getting these scam texts recently trying to bank off the terrible rate of wildfires in my area. People's lives are being ruined, and we only got rain yesterday for the first time in months.
Fire incentives. You've received $405.89 Canadian Interaki transfer for wildfire incentives throughout the province. You know, if you want to securely see your funds, come here, come on, look at us, we're the Ministry of Finance. Yeah, trust us.
Here's an interesting one. People have TVs when they aren't allowed. I live in a homeless shelter with a no TV rule, as they have a communal TV in a room, although said TV doesn't work and only gets 2 channels. My mom has seen someone with a projector in their room, and in the room right next to ours is a TV, like an actual TV. And there are many other rules others have broken, and yet they don't get caught. It's just really infuriating. Oh, that is infuriating. Though, I would argue, not as infuriating as the person who was trying to hammer down a rule which is, meant to only be in place and alleviated by the fact, hey, there's a communal TV, but what's this? You literally admit that the communal TV doesn't work. Like, please, try this again, and this time try to come across less like you're just jealous. So what? Let them watch TV. As long as they aren't blaring it at 2 a.m., you have no reason to care. But they are actively breaking the rules of the shelter. The shelter doesn't allow TVs at all. Why do you care if they're breaking the rules? How does it affect you? Let's remember here, too, these are all fellow homeless people. That TV is probably for many of them just their life's work of an investment like a Bugatti. Hey, you elongated muskiness. Well, what new fun feature are you adding to Twitter? Oh, sorry. X. Block is going to be deleted as a feature, except for DMs. You know, when someone wants to advocate for open dialogue and conversation, you usually imply that that is only for people who are actually capable of open dialogue and conversation. Contrary to popular belief, most of the time we block people who lack that ability and are just annoying. And you want to take that ability away. You want the loudest, screechiest, and most annoying of us to have an equal footing online as the people who actually use their brain for cognitive function. Okay, sure, man, you do you.